I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the After Credit Show. I'm your host, Brandon, and as always, I'm joined by my two friends, Ben and Evander. But before we get into the episode, consider liking and subscribing to the channel to support us in everything we do here. Usually, at the end of each episode, we do a comic book club, but today, we're going to start with it. Last week's pick was The Dark Knight Strikes Again, which we're going to talk about it immediately.
So, two things. One, welcome back, Brandon. He was gone for 2 weeks. That's how long it took to clone him. That's how long it took to clone him.
I had super bronchitis.
Yeah. Second,
it was really cool.
Second thing, I normally have liked to I like to walk the viewers through a synopsis of the book. That's how I'm like, let's go from the start of the book and go all the way through to the end, so that way people don't get lost. I don't understand a goddamn thing that happened in this book.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Before we get going, I just want to say, God punished Brandon for skipping out on 2 episodes by making us read this comic.
He really,
it was
really
on the
did.
wheel. We didn't actually choose this one. It was on a list
on a wheel.
that we put in a randomizer, and that's what happened.
He knew I was returning this episode, and he had to punish me. But I was gonna say the same thing because I thought maybe I was just like glossing over certain things, and my eyes were glazing over. But no, every time I turned a page, I was lost. Something new was happening. I couldn't figure it out. And then all those like little news blurps on each page of the terrible little guys. I was like, at a certain point, I kind of just started like not really reading them all.
Yeah.
I
filtered them out. I filtered them out. I couldn't do it.
I skimmed through them super fast.
I got to the point where
that wasn't just me.
Okay. I'll do my best to walk us through.
Yeah, please do.
So this book takes place X amount of years after The Dark Knight Returns. I don't know how many. I think they say like 15.
I thought it was 3.
Yeah, I thought it was like 3.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like 3 years.
See how horrible this book is? Point is, it takes place several years later. There is... the President of the United States is putting the country in a kind of police state. They're continuing this trend in this universe of superheroes being outlawed. And the president, as we learn kind of early on, is a hologram that's controlled by Lex Luthor, which I actually like because I'm like, oh, that actually makes sense because like it's kind of dumb when Lex Luthor ends up becoming president, but I'm like, this is actually a good way. He just has his own fucking fake puppet president that he can control that does whatever he wants. And
not so subtle allegory.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. About you know.
This book is just constantly shoving.
Oh, this is the most...
Frank Miller's political beliefs in your face.
The most on the nose.
How to tell me you don't like George Bush without telling me you don't like George Bush.
Yeah, it is the most on the nose political statement ever made. And that's the thing is, I mentioned earlier that I'm afraid that when we shit on this, there are going to be people who will come out and be like, actually, you just didn't get it. You thought it was going to be about this and this and that, but like it's actually I'm like, I know what it's about. It's like the Star Wars prequel. It's about George Bush. It's just like Star Wars: The Phantom is about George Bush. I get it. I really get it. This book is fucking atrocious for multiple reasons. One, the art. I think I have a note for it that says, this book has the funniest art of all time. There are iconic pages that are just so weirdly drawn with weird proportions. But then randomly the next page will be a guy whose head is just an oval with like 2 dot eyes and a silly nose. And he's going like, ah! And like, so he's blowing up behind him. And that's unironically how half of the pages are.
It really is. But there are like some really cool ones. Like in the opening of the book, I was texting them.
Yes, I was.
And like you have a whole, like this, I think it looks really cool.
Yeah. I was going to. That's very early on.
It's Snyder-esque.
Yeah, the Atom fighting little.
So yeah, what happens?
He's like,
it's a germ in a petri dish. But yeah, so we'll get to that in a second. Throughout the book, we see a fuck ton of these news broadcasts, which is from The Dark Knight Returns. You frequently see the news. This book overdoes it. They're on every single page, and it is so distracting because every time something happens, it's just a little panel in the corner of someone going, Batman! Batman's here.
Yeah,
and it's
also
And
yeah.
Batmite appears every
yes,
now and
Batmite
then. And he
for,
has
is
a little
one of them
comment.
for some reason. I don't know why. And through this we are introduced.
Oh, also, real quick, I'm sorry.
You're good.
This book is way, way too horny. There's
Oh,
a whole
yeah.
news, like the news is called nude news. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's just a naked woman.
Well,
I just wanted to say that.
I know. I was like,
it's-
what the fuck is going on?
I mean, that's 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 part of the commentary about like him being like the over sexualization of everything. It's similar to RoboCop about how everything becomes so like brain rotted that the only way to get anyone's attention is through brain rot.
Yeah, idiocracy.
Yeah,
dude.
that's one of those things where it's kind of like I'm like, oh, that kind of was a little bit of the future, where it's like everything's so brain rotted that like you can only pay attention to serious
like, why?
shit. Yeah, I know. You're looking at the world. So a lot of this book does not have that much Batman in it, right?
No.
No.
The,
He's
the
barely-
whole first
Really.
issue, he's
It's
kind
just-
of hidden.
You don't see him, and it's only 3 issues. They're
No.
long issues. Kind of the character you follow for a lot of the time is Carrie Kelly, who is now Catgirl. My note says, "What the fuck is Carrie Kelly's costume in this? Why is she not Robin, and why is she wearing spots?" She's like a cheetah leopard thing with roller skates and
Yeah.
Jordan Air Maxes. I don't know why. And
She also seems to like hate the name Robin because there's a passing comment where she's like, "Nah, fuck that, I'm not Robin anymore."
Yeah.
And
I don't get
I
it.
don't know. I didn't get it.
This leads into Batman's plan. I don't even understand Batman's plan, but Batman, in the act of rebelling, I guess is the through line of the story, is in the act of rebelling against this totalitarian government run by Lex Luthor, he plans to free all the superheroes that have disappeared. And the first one he frees is the Atom. He sends Carrie Kelly to free the Atom, who, the only thing I liked in this book was this 3-page sequence where you see a guy in this frozen tundra fighting this weird alien monster, and it's revealed that it's Ray Palmer, the Atom, in a petri dish in a fridge that he's been trapped in for years. And he's freed and brought back to Batman. Throughout the story, he frees like the Flash, and you're introduced to this group of people called the Bat Boys, who are the mutants from the last book, who have been recruited by Batman and are now his loyal soldiers. And they speak. My other note says, the dialogue from the Bat Boys uses so many of Frank Miller's made-up slang that it becomes completely indecipherable. The words, ain't all fan, Ray, Spike Bill Berserk, boss be giving with the maximum spank you see, is a full sentence in that book. And I sat there.
Dude, I thought I was having a stroke.
I thought you were saying different things
No,
that they
that's
were saying.
one
That's all from one?
That's one speech bubble.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what... Another line spoken by Carrie Kelly is, Chuck's, but first it peel. So, if anyone could tell me
It's really
what
good
these
stuff.
fucking words mean, and this is all in the first issue, we are introduced to these characters when they're Batman's militia, and they go to free the Flash from this like energy thing he's in that he's being forced to like produce or something. I don't entirely know. And in this raid, one of the Bat Boys fucking murders like 2 people, and afterwards,
Like
when they're-
shotgun blast.
yeah, he blasts a guy's head off. And when they're being debriefed on this, his punishment is latrine duty for 1 month.
It's toilet duty. That's literally what it is.
Yeah,
go
to
clean
clean
the
the-
shitter for a month. You killed someone. Batman's biggest rule, like the thing that he's known for, sometimes infamously in comic book storylines, the punishment for killing someone in Batman's gang is that, yeah, you gotta clean the shithole. That's what you gotta do. One whole month. Yeah.
The book that takes place before this one, just 3 years before, when he recruits these very same people, he holds up a gun and says, "This is the weapon of cowards," and breaks it over his knee. But now, if you
Yes.
blow someone's head off for no reason, you're given a month of cleaning the toilets. Pretty insane. Also, the Flash is in this government or privatized, like, his speed is used to power all this energy. Superman is in this book, following up on his role in the last book, where his whole thing is like, Bruce, The government's making rules. We just need to maintain the status quo. Like, we're not gonna like the government's not doing anything evil. We're just gonna cooperate, and we're not gonna let the world like go insane. And it's like, that's not that you agree with it, but that's understandable. But in this book, we see that their friends have been fucking like tortured and imprisoned for no reason, and Superman just sitting there going like, yeah, this is fine, just pretend it's not happening. My other note for that is, I hate everything about Frank Miller's Superman and Wonder Woman. They are fucking...
This reminds me so much of Injustice Wonder Woman, and
yes,
every reason why I hate her in that too.
I was thinking, I was like, this is the first Injustice. Like, this is the start of it. They are so fucking horrible in this book. Everything about them is fucking atrocious. I can't stand them. Throughout this book, you get a random immortal Joker who is hunting down superheroes and killing them. We only see him kill, like, the Guardian, Martian Manhunter, and maybe one other one. And we're given...
It's also a random side plot.
Yeah, it's a random...
It has no purpose.
There's no setup for it before. And at the end of the book, we find out that Carrie Kelly has encountered this individual, and since she realized he was immortal, fucking, like, tore him limb from limb with a shotgun. So now he wants to kill her. And this leads to a final confrontation of the Batcave, where for some reason it is revealed that this is Dick Grayson, who Batman just treated like shit and fired after a week. And Dick Grayson is obsessed with Batman. It's like, I love you, I'll do anything for you. And Batman's like, fuck you, you dumb bitch. And throws him into a pit of lava.
He literally makes fun of him for like a whole 2 pages. He's like, yeah, you know why I fired you? Because you're a bitch.
Yeah, and then
pussy.
drops him.
I hate you. You look at you in your fucking stupid outfit. Like, it's just so...
He drops him in a pit of lava. When it's also, is it not implied in The Dark Knight Returns, or maybe that's just in the movie, that Batman retired because Dick Grayson was killed?
No, that was, from my understanding of that continuity, it was Jason Todd that died, then that made him go into the retirement.
But didn't that book come out way before Jason Todd even died, or was in the comics? Because when did that book...
After.
Damn, when
Jason Todd died in the 80s.
Yeah, that book came out in like 88, right?
Yeah, that's late 80s, so it happened before.
Oh, shit. I always pictured Jason Todd dying in, like... Let me see. Anyways,
this is a real thing that Batman said. Dick Grayson says, "Damn you, I loved you," and then Batman says, "So what? You were useless. You didn't have the chops. You couldn't cut the mustard."
Yeah.
This is all he does to Dick Grayson in this book, and I. Reading this, I couldn't get through it. This is unbelievable. An unbelievable depiction of this character and this relationship between the characters.
Yeah. Real quick, this book did come out 2 years before Jason died in the comics.
Yeah, I just saw it now.
So yeah, I had always assumed that it was Dick Grayson that died.
Yeah, it's maybe with like I don't know, because they had like the...
Let's just say that this book is stupid.
Let's
just say this book is stupid and it is dumb.
Not canon.
Yeah, I know it's not canon. What a dumb book. But yeah, Batman's characterization is terrible in this. He's barely in it. I don't understand why he does anything that he does.
So like the reason he starts allowing killing is just because like, yeah, these new generation of superheroes, it's their game now, so we'll just do what they're doing. It's all good. I don't give a fuck anymore.
I guess
that's
so.
Along the lines of what he says. He's just like,
I think the basic gist of this book is that there is zero cohesion.
No.
You flip from page to page, and it makes zero sense as to what's happening.
It's
also there's a moment with Green Lantern where it's said earlier in the book that he was kind of cast off the planet, so he left Earth forever, and then later Batman kind of recruits him, but when he recruits him, he was like a frog person. Am I remembering that?
No,
he was like a frog person.
I think that's Brainiac. Brainiac, for some reason, is a big frog.
No, hold on. I'm gonna find
tons of atrocities in this book. I don't understand. Green Lantern comes back as like some kind of all-powerful god and says what's up.
Yeah, he's like the size, like bigger than the planet.
Yeah, he like blows a heart kiss at the planet and then leaves.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
Superman has a very... I don't know. I don't like this arc that Superman has. I mean, obviously he's in the wrong in the beginning.
Also, this fucking freaked me out.
Oh, the anime hentai girl?
Yeah.
But yeah, his
But then,
arc is weird.
At the end, he goes like, he just embraces like, yeah, we're not human, we're inhuman. Bruce is right. We're fuck this shit. And he just, the eyes are glowing red, kind of like what you see in like after Superman comes back in the DCEU and the Zack Snyder's Justice League, when he's a lot less human and he's more like, you know, the way that Zack Snyder was kind of going with it. There's a lot of parallels between this comic book and what was in the DCEU, so I'm not sure if that was on purpose.
Careful now.
I'm not saying that to shit on it. I'm just like, there's obvious influence. Like, I mean, Zack Snyder always loves talking about The Dark Knight Returns. I'm wondering if he's like mistaking it.
Yeah, maybe he just read the second one.
Maybe he just read the second one, or maybe he considers this one as like just a part of the story. I don't know. But like,
it's
okay. So it's not a frog person, but they're like, this is Green Lantern.
Oh yeah,
right here.
Yeah,
they're like weird little guys.
I didn't even realize that.
And then he transitions back into Green Lantern when he goes back to Earth. So I don't know what that's about. That's just another thing I'm not sure of.
There was a really there's something that Batman does that also kind of like annoys me. It's nothing like crazy that he does compared to the other stuff he does in this book. But he gives Lex the mark of Zorro on his face.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then Carrie Kelly says, I wonder why he gave that to him. It's like, yeah, we know this is a callback to year one that you wrote, dude. Like, this is like the most on-the-nose bullshit of all time. Like, at least the branding with Affleck made more sense, where it's shaped like a fucking bat. It's just like, like, I get his, you know, revolution down with the fucking, you know, the dictator or whatever, but it's like, come on, bro. Just...
He was sucking his own dick.
You couldn't think of anything else. Like, I was like, all right.
Brandon,
like, again, I love Frank Miller for what he did.
Yeah, he's undeniably one of the most important people to ever touch.
Oh yeah, no, he's still one of my favorite comic book writers. But this, like,
Daredevil run,
you know, as we, no, of course, and even like some of the stuff that you did with RoboCop is like really cool.
Shout out to him.
But like, obviously, like as we mentioned in the last episode,
9/11 drove.
There's a very fast turnaround between 9/11, September 11th, and this comic book.
Because he did this randomly out of nowhere, like 20 years later. He's like, 9/11 happened. I need to make a sequel to The Dark Knight Returns.
And also, real quick, I was thinking about it, because there's like a 2-month little time span when that happened and when that happened. So either he was planning this for a long time, and then that happened, and he completely rewrote it and redid the art, so that's why it's all rushed or whatever. Yeah, or he rushed the shit out like immediately. It's like, yeah, here's a long anticipated sequel to like my most popular comic book ever.
Yeah.
Have you seen the art?
Yeah, I was gonna say. There's a strong case of the art being rushed. I think Brandon brought up a good phrase when he said this thing feels non-cohesive, because this book is so hard to follow for a multitude of reasons. There's a lot of shit going on, right? There's fucking Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Carrie Kelly, Lex Luthor, Brainiac, and they all kind of, and the Thanagarians, Hawkman comes back, and you also see Green Lantern in space.
Shazam is there, and Green Arrow is just there for a few panels. Like, you turn a page, he's there, and then he's gone.
And they're all in the book, so there's so much going on in that way, and they all and they all have their own threads, but they don't connect I don't understand how they all connect. Sometimes it feels like shit is just happening, so that way something else can happen later. For example, the Thanagarians come back, and they're just like back, and it's only so that way Hawkman can just fly in out of nowhere after we don't see him at all, and then kill Lex Luthor, then leave. Another thing is, this book is so sensory overwhelming. The art is hideous. It is disgusting to look at. Everything is ugly, and you are constantly bombarded with little panels of people screaming at you about nonsense the whole time.
Oh, dude.
It's like, so distracting.
We've talked about before how in older comic books, they tend to be a little bit more wordy.
Yes.
And, like, when you're writing, like, you know, because everyone here has written stuff before.
Yeah.
When you're writing, it's usually, sometimes it can be like pulling teeth, or sometimes you get into that rhythm and you just, you keep writing on the page. But it's like Frank Miller just, like, barfed all over the page.
Yes, so much. There's so much.
Yeah, so, like, for example, there's this page where Superman is having a conversation with his daughter, who we're introduced to in this book. And on the side of the page, there's just a bunch of talking heads commenting on how bad Superman is and how much they hate him.
Yeah,
Like,
I think we
this is
also-
completely useless. We do not need this here, and your eyes just glaze over. There's no, like, I did not read this.
No.
I, like, glanced at it, and I was like, okay, I'm done with that. I'm going to
It's
read
all
what's actually
nonsense.
going on.
Yeah, it starts,
It's a bunch of bullshit.
it starts to melt your head, and
we forgot to mention earlier, real quick. There is a 3 or 4 page segment where Superman and Wonder Woman
are
have
fucking
sex.
and destroying the world. It's
Yeah.
causing
I heard about that.
And
in
then
middle
she says
school.
she's pregnant at the end.
Yeah, I think I don't know if that was like just to be like, oh, that was, you know what I mean, but like, I
It's-
don't know.
It's because they show it's like
Yeah.
causing volcanoes and avalanches and shit. Because they're fucking. The other issue with this book
Yeah.
is it does not have, and I know not everything needs this, but this book does not have a traditional plot. I can't tell what the fuck is happening in this book compared to The Dark Knight Returns, which is incredible. You get that very first, the first half of the book that's about now makes it the Joker coming back, and you kind of see, and the first half of that book is about the return of Batman and how the world reacts to that, and it's all set up for the last half of that book when now the government has to react to that, and Superman comes into play, where you kind of get little sprinkles of Superman before that. They kind of hint to him. Very easy to follow. It's like Batman's back. Here's the villains that are back. He has to stop them all. Here's the Joker. He stops the Joker. He's framed for killing the Joker. Now he has to deal with the fallout of it. It's very easy to follow. You follow the Mutant Gang. You follow Two-Face. You follow Joker. Not hard. Very simple. Then it's like the government said, we need to stop him calling Superman. This book, I don't get what was fucking happening. I know Lex Luthor is there. I know he's controlling the president. So I know he makes the world a shitty place. So Superman will stop him. Why the fuck is Brainiac there? What is he doing? Why does he have herpes?
Andor.
Have you seen him? He has like a bunch of herpes on him. He has a bunch of
he looks
brightly
real
colored
weird.
dots.
Yeah.
I just
Also, hearing about this book throughout like the years of hearing about it and being such a big Dick Grayson fan, being like, this is the book you should avoid, and All-Star Super Batman, of course. I thought that whole part was throughout the entire book.
It
But
comes
if
out
you're
of
not
nowhere.
aware, it's just at the end, like the last 3
For
pages,
no reason.
out of nowhere. And that's a great example of how jarring and choppy
Everything in
this
this
book
book
is.
is.
That has nothing to do with the entire story.
and there's
and then
no
right at the end,
there's no setup for it either. You are given no reason to believe that it could be Dick Grayson. They don't mention Dick Grayson. It's like it's so dumb because like we as comic book fans know who Dick Grayson is, but you're kind of conditioned by the last book to just assume he's fucked off or something. Everything's normal. We're given no reason to suspect that Dick Grayson in this timeline was fired and became an evil sociopath. I don't get it.
It's funny. My grandpa told me when I was a kid, because I asked like, well, like, what did Robin do when he grew up or whatever? This is before I got into comic books, and he's like, oh, he got fired by Batman. I thought he was joking, and I don't think he was referencing this comic book, but when I first read those panels on Google, I was like, no fucking way. No fucking way. He was technically right in the end, and from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
But,
As I mentioned last time, I read this book in high school, but I remembered before I sat down to read, I was like, I only read half of it because this book is so overwhelming. It's unpleasant to read. If I didn't have to finish this, I wouldn't have finished it. I didn't have a good time.
Dude.
I had a good time for 3 pages, which was the Adam introduction. Everything else was
It's like the
miserable.
longest first issue of all time. Like it took me. I was speeding through it, and it took me half an hour to get through that first issue.
You said, like, you texted me, it's only 3 issues, and so I get to the comic book store and I pull this off the shelf, and I'm like, are you sure? This is 3 issues. I got so upset, and also I was telling them before we started recording, but the comic book store employees literally looked at me and said, are you sure? Are you positive you want to buy this book? So again, that should tell you all you need to know.
It's a travesty.
Do we need to say any more about it?
Is there anything more to even say? We can
I
talk
don't-
about the
I don't think there
question
is.
in the book for like
The Question is in it.
he's all right.
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah,
He's got a cool little
blonde
thing, cool
Yeah.
few
for
panels.
some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it just again feels so tacked on.
Plastic Man and Elongated Man are in it.
Oh yeah,
I
hate
will
the
say,
way they draw
I kind
them.
of like Plastic. I like Plastic.
I like
not
the way he
that they
writes.
draw him, but
Yes,
just
I like the way he writes him.
He's just
I love the yeah, because
insane. It's
you
awesome.
get elongated man. What's it? Eel is Eel elongated, or is it Ralph Dibny's elongated man?
Ralph Dibny, and
Okay.
then Eel.
So yeah, he's in that majority of the book, and then they free Plastic Man, who's Eel, and I love that immediately Plastic Man is like, "You fucking stupid bitch! I fucking hate you. Am I going crazy? Is this a dream?" I'm like, "Who is this?" He's written like fucking like Deadpool, but like more schizo. He's like, "I don't know if I'm dreaming, but I'm having a good time. You're also a bitch. Fuck you." I'm like, okay.
He turns into a car and just lands on top of him.
Yeah,
I was like, nice.
That's the first thing he sees. Elongated Man. He's like, "Oh, you can stretch. You can't turn into things," and just drops on him as a car for no reason. I'm like, awesome, great, actually funny, likable, written character. But again, the art is
that was a good part.
traumatic art for that character. Anyways, this book is an abomination. It's fucking horrible. I know it has a lot to say, but it does such a fucking terrible job of fucking conveying what it tries to say. It fails in being a cohesive story. It fails at being nice to look at. It fails at having good dialogue. It fails at having character development. It fails at paying off on anything. It fails at setting anything up. It is atrocious and disgusting on every level. I don't know if anyone disagrees.
Private.
It's literally
like,
it's you know what it is?
Accurate.
It's schizophrenic rambling from like a mentally unwell, like not even like trying to make like how it's like actually comes across like a mentally unwell person just was given money to make a comic book with Batman. It is just rambling for 3 very long issues. And it never
This is like
means anything.
the book that the Joker would write while in the asylum.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what's going on, but this is his headcanon. This is what happens.
Yeah.
So
that's a good way of putting it.
So
yeah.
it's fucking dog shit.
Yeah. We all love
Dog
Frank
shit.
Miller, but we'll give him a pass for this one. He was going through a rough time.
Yeah.
But I mean, we all do silly things when we're going through shit. So I mean.
So we're all we're all giving this the dog shit rating.
Throw it in a pile of dog shit.
Yeah. I won't talk about him. I'll just give my brief thoughts on the Batman versus Deadpool book. I won't go into any details. I thought the Batman.
Oh, I thought we were gonna. We should keep the pull list for the end of the episode at least.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Is there anything else? Oh fuck! I didn't read Batman issue 3. What do we have to talk about? On
You
the
son of a
list?
bitch.
I'm sorry.
Well, I
just
thought
gonna
we were just
set
gonna
the
show
wheel.
and go over it briefly.
You guys just talk about it. I'm gonna bring up the wheel.
Okay. Yeah, bring up. Did you add my new things to the wheel?
I'm going to like.
So
right
I'll
now.
go over the. I won't talk about the plot, but I will say my brief thoughts on the 4 stories that are in Batman vs. Deadpool. I thought Batman vs. Deadpool is great. It's awesome. It's so fun and creative and inventive. And Grant Morrison's the GOAT. I love the reason that universe exists. After that, you get the Constantine and Doctor Strange story, which I thought was really interesting. And I sent you guys a picture of the writers for it. It's fucking Scott Snyder, James Tynion IV, and Joshua Williamson, who are like 3 of the best writers working right now. So, of course, that's why that book is so good. I'll bring
Incredible
up the wheel
stuff.
real quick. After that, you get the Tom Taylor, Nightwing, and X-23 issue, which is also really good, or segment. I like that one a lot. And then you have the Harley Quinn and Hulk, which is like a little fun one. And then you get Static Shock and Miss Marvel, which is once again a fun one. But I actually felt like, oh Jesus Christ, I do put the boys on the wheel.
Bro, why is the boys on
Fuck
here?
you, asshole! I've read that shit. It's so bad.
No.
All right, we're gonna spin the wheel. I'm clicking
my
it a few
God,
times.
man, please.
All-Star Batman
Please.
and Robin.
No.
Please.
Bro.
No! Let's go!
Yes.
Yes!
Yes. Yes.
Oh!
No way. I almost manifested that, but I didn't mean it, so that's why I didn't go on it. So just wanted to
I
clarify.
almost had a
that.
fucking heart attack.
I
I
had
can't do
to.
another-
I
can't
had
do
mercy
another
on
one.
y'all.
No. Fuck you. Fuck.
Holy fuck.
Bro.
Oh man.
That was genuine, like...
I gotta look back on the recording and see your guys'
That was my genuine reaction. I fucking screamed when it landed on All-Star Batman and Robin. I was like, I can't. I was like, I'm not strong enough.
So bad. Oh my god.
I'm not strong enough. I can't do it. Dude, I was gonna be talking to you, Ben, like when Batman wants to fight Bane in Dark Knight, the Dark Knight Returns, and friggin' Alfred's like, you can't do it, Master Bruce. I was like, you can't handle another.
Fight harder.
You can't. I was gonna start hyping.
But now we
that
get to
book.
read Peak.
This book.
We get to read fucking Peak.
This book was written post 9/11. Frank Miller.
Oh man.
This book comes to the depths of hell. This isn't a normal book. This is an atrocity, dude. Bro, I need a minute.
Bro, if I had to go to the
store.
store, if I had to go to the store and buy that, I think they'd be like, "You need help. You can't do this.
Dude,
you can't do this."
They'd probably
yourself."
ban you from the store.
I feel like I had a near-death experience with that shit. Jesus
I know.
Christ. And it's only
Oh my
because
God.
you fucking said it as a joke. You're like,
You really
also
did.
Batman and Robin. I'm like, this wheel's got so many things on it. It's not even a lamp. And then it looked, Jesus Christ,
Got way
man.
too close for comfort.
Holy
Okay.
fuck.
All right. Well, so
I put
next
the
week's
Hawkeye
pick.
one on there, so that was
Yeah, good.
That's good stuff.
I even tried.
Next week's pick.
You know what's funny was the reason I added all that shit was I was like, this wheel's a little too small. There's a chance we land on All-Star Batman and Robin. So I added like 5 books onto that shit. And when I saw it land, I was like, there's no way.
No.
There's no way.
Wait.
There's no way. What?
Yeah, The Boys Volume 1. We're looking forward
Yeah,
to that
fuck
one.
you for adding that,
Bro.
dude.
I come on.
I've read
I hate
I've
that
read
fucking
it.
book. I've read it too. I hate it.
We all read it?
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think we did.
Okay, well, we don't need to reread it, Lynn. We can just talk about our opinion on it, Lynn. That's
No,
fine.
we'd have to reread it.
Yeah.
Because we don't know it. I
I think
know
we
it well
might
enough.
have to.
I read it.
That's not the pick,
Alright.
though. The
Yeah.
pick is Matt Fraction's Hawkeye, My Life as a Weapon, Volume 1, which is a goated book.
Kino book. Great fucking book.
Yeah.
Love that book. So, that's next week's pick. Can't wait
so
for that.
hyped to go over that. All right, topics time.
Um,
Topics and
yeah,
news.
Yeah, let's jump
Hop
into
right
topics,
into the
dude.
news.